Hi everybody, and welcome to my Taurus moon video. Me and Sebastian here. It's like, bye. So Taurus moon, I'm going to talk a little bit about the characteristics of Taurus moon, and I'm also going to talk about embodying your Taurus moon, because that's something I'm really passionate about, is learning how to embody your energies. And then I'm going to talk about the energy session that I did on the collective Taurus moon that you can find, that's been pre-recorded on my website if you're interested in taking this a step further and empowering yourself within your Taurus moon energy to be fully embodied. Taurus moon is already a comfortable place for the moon, right? It is like, it's comfortable here. Cancer is its most comfortable position, but folks with a Taurus moon tend to be pretty comfortable understanding their emotions. They tend to be people who have a nature about them that is very comforting to other people. So you might be someone that like your friends turn to kind of like give that motherly advice to them and give them that sound, grounded advice. Taurus is, of course, an earth sign. These are people who have like really enjoy making their homes very beautiful and comfortable, because that's probably a place that they like to dwell, is at home, and making that an environment that's filled with like beautiful elements and also probably earthy elements. So yeah, these are people that are pretty comfortable shouldering a lot of responsibility too. They're like the workers, they're stable. So a lot of the time they just end up being given responsibility because they have this stability about them where people just trust them naturally. So, you know, while it's like, this is a comfortable place for the moon, that like, I think every single placement has its ups and downs. So it can be a little bit hard for Taurus moons to maybe be supported by other people, because they're the mom of the friend group, you know what I mean? Some other like kind of downsides to the Taurus energy in general is, of course, that can be a little bit stubborn and have a difficult time moving outside of its comfort zone. So when life happens and requires you to do something that is like taking a risk and completely unfamiliar to you, that's when a Taurus moon is going to be out of their element. But that happens in life, right? So that's something Taurus moon needs to learn how to deal with. But generally, they're still probably going to make some pretty calculated decisions throughout life and make decisions where they know they're going to be secure. That's what they would prefer, at least. And that's how they feel nurtured, right? So if you have a Taurus moon that you love and it's not your placement, then keep that in mind too. Like, your ability to offer them stability, your ability to offer them nurturance, because they're the ones always nurturing. Those are some things that are a real gift to Taurus moon folks. What else about Taurus moon? Generally, they're like really connected to nature. A lot of the time, these people love to be outside. A lot of the time, these people have like an interesting relationship with structures and could be like into architecture or be like really talented builders, or landscapers or something like that. Yeah, so that is the gist of Taurus moon. And now I'm going to talk about what I found in the collective Taurus moon energy body. So what I do is I project a hologram onto my massage table over there, and you know, I take a moment to do that and really set my intention and project the hologram of every Taurus moon that will ever come across the recording that I do. And I set up my recording and I start doing a tuning session on the Taurus moon energy body. Excuse me, it is dry. So what I did was I started by, I'm not going to tell you all the protocol actually. I did my introductory, and then I used my pendulum. If you don't know what a pendulum is, I'll show you. This is a pendulum. This picks up on regions of the body that are in flow or not in flow. So if an area of the body is in flow, it'll produce a circle when I go over it. If it's not, it'll be a straight line or it'll come to a stop. So over the Taurus moon energy body, what I found was a block at the root chakra. It was completely stopped. And I went on the right and left side. So off of the right side, it was in flow. It was completely stopped off the left side. That is the region of the body that represents not having your needs met. And I found that so interesting on the collective Taurus moon energy body, because it's like, I think you genuinely have a need for comfort. You have an emotional need to be in a comfortable environment, have like your delicious food, you know, those kinds of things. And I forgot to mention that earlier, but of course, like your relationship with food is probably pretty significant, like wanting comfort foods. And because we live in the world we live in, and as a capitalist society, I think a lot of the time you just don't get to have the comfort that you really, really crave and need to be emotionally supported. There was also a line off the left side of the heart, and that part of the body represents grief, sadness, and loss. So when we're doing like a collective tuning, I mean, yeah, as a collective, we have definitely experienced a lot of loss. But if you as a Taurus moon person relate with these blockages, or are intrigued, or in some way you feel that your Taurus moon is not operating well, like you're not connected to your emotions, or maybe you feel stagnant, or maybe you're having to deal with a time of moving through discomfort, those would be reasons that maybe getting energy work pertaining to your Taurus moon would benefit you. And that, if this relates to you, is something that you can go find on my website. A tuning session in person is like $95, and so I sell my pre-recorded ones for $20, and I also want that to be so folks can access it. But yeah, it was really fun moving through the Taurus collective, the Taurus moon energy body collective. It was really interesting. It was an honor. I definitely found some really interesting things. I also found some interesting things in the ancestral river. We stopped at the ancestral river, which is it's 10 inches off the side of your body. So off the left side of your body, that would be your mother's ancestral information. So the fact that I projected the hologram of the Taurus moon collective, and we clearly came across some mother relational stuck energy. You know, you could also possibly be someone who is struggling in your relationship with your mother, or maybe your mother just had a difficult life and like you just want to maybe do something that's good for her. You can actually do that by receiving energy work yourself. And we definitely did a lot of stuff in the ancestral river during that session. We also did a fair amount working through sadness. There was a fair amount working through feeling stuck and feeling anxious about moving forward, and feeling stubborn about having to change kind of energy was what I was noticing. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting stuff. It's hard to put energy work into words, but without further ado, I hope this video blesses you in some way. Thank you for coming and looking at my channel. And if you like the video, then please like it, and subscribe if you want to give me that extra love. And yeah, if you relate further, then check out my tuning sessions. It's something I love offering folks. And if you want to book a session with me, like to do your own personal energy session that's not just specific to this video, then they work like just like how the recording works, I can project a hologram of you and I can do energy work on you regardless of where you are in the world. So that's a really fun thing if you do want to connect and receive more of a personalized session. So yeah, I think that's it. Have a good one, guys. Bye.